Oh! Out here today, guys, in the full fly adventure setup. Got the patrol jacket from like what, 10 years ago or something. I loved it because it's got like a map on it. It's all like topography. Loved it. Patrol jacket. Got the patrol pants. Probably the second time in my life I've ever put my boots over the pants. Definitely pretty cool. I don't normally ride in this cold, but I had to try out the new bike. So and actually good. I've got the 5 brand cold weather gloves. Of course, you don't get the same feel you do in a pair of super light thin gloves, but for a day like today, they're good. My clutch fingers do get a little cold. Pull over and take a break, all good. Regular moto helmet, regular moto goggles, and I'm just fine. In fact, I might have to lose one of these torso layers on. I've got a compression shirt, a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, and this jacket. So maybe a little overkill when you take into account the riding we're doing down here. So I don't hear my KTM, so I need to go find Mason. All right, y'all, Mason's trying out my 18300. I'm fighting with batteries on this camera that can't handle the cold apparently. I've got one enduro battery somewhere that I can't find. We'll have to order some more of those. My GoPro 9 and 10 never really had issues with cold batteries, but ever since I've got this 11, my old batteries won't work with the 11 very well. It's annoying. So anyway, I'm just gonna gingerly take a spin on Mason's 06 KX250 that he's been fighting with. By fighting with, I mean when you get this thing super hot on a turn track or a moto track, it detonates. He's tried the VHM head. He's adjusted the ignition timing. Most recently, he stacked 2 base gaskets to try to, bring the compression down a little bit. I'm not gonna be able to see if it's detonating today because it's super cold and I'm not riding it fast. But while he's riding my 300, I'm just gonna putt around the trails. This is vastly different setup than my Cowie. No recluse. It does have a flywheel weight, but no recluse. No bibs. Not the same gearing. This is closer to a motocross setup with just a flywheel weight. I'm going pretty ginger today because it is freaking 34 degrees and I'm in full adventure gear, guys. 4 layers on my torso, fly patrol stuff. The ground is frozen. Crazy how much a flywheel weight alone will improve these bikes. Oh! So on my Cowie, I just blitzed that with the wheel over the log, but with it being so wet and cold today, I'm just kind of hesitant about that. I've definitely got to go back to some cheater tires on my new KTM though. Just from getting back on here and riding with his cheater tires, they're a whole different ball game. We're starting to finally get these leaves off the trail. I'm sliding around like ice today, guys. But the moral of the story for most of these rides is what I'm telling you guys is, yes, the new KTMs are, dumped it there, man. So slick. Yes, the new KTMs are awesome. The purpose-built off-road bikes, the Betas, the Shercos, they're all awesome. But if you have one of these old motocross Japanese bikes laying around and you want to ride woods, don't be discouraged. Throw a flywheel weight on it and go. It transforms the whole bike. To get a little ledge made in here. This is a brand new trail we just made about a month ago. It utilizes this entire mountainside. We're thinking in the spring it'll be worn in good enough to double up as a mountain bike trail. Mason on the Cowie, or on the KTM, I mean. Pure ice. The GoPro won't shut off on 1080/30. But on 4K60, it says it's too cold, the battery dies. Weird. I can get up this thing. Whoa, I spun the whole way up that thing. Yeah, I need to ask Mason if it ran that way, that exact way, before he doubled up the base gasket, because last time I rode this bike, it not only had the single base gasket, so it had a little higher compression, but it also didn't have the flywheel weight. So it was snappy. It was like a motocross bike, and that's the last thing that I want out here in the woods. Right now it feels amazingly linear. It feels great. It feels like a motocross bike. It feels like a, you know, almost as luggable as my KTM, but the weak spot's in the clutch. The clutch is not as linear, if that makes any sense. This cable clutch seems almost like it's got a spot where it just grabs, and when it does, you break traction, especially on a day like this where it's frozen and wet. But that clutch on that KTM is like perfectly linear through the entire engagement of the clutch, obviously because it's a hydraulic setup, and it's amazing, man. But if I have one of these, I definitely would go race it. I wouldn't be bummed out that I didn't have a new KTM. If I had, I don't care if it's a Cowie, Yamaha, Honda, Suzuki. A lot of you guys that were big moto guys back in the day, maybe now you've got kids, your schedule doesn't allow it, your budget doesn't allow to do a whole lot of moto. A lot of you guys have something like this laying around in the barn somewhere. I'm telling you, throw a flywheel weight on it and come right off road. It's a blast.